Welcome, potential MSW students. I'm Dr. Blake Beecher, the director of the Master of Social Work program at Cal State San Marcos. Thank you for joining us for this online information session. This session will briefly cover social work as a profession and what social workers do, and then more specifically about the MSW program at Cal State San Marcos and admissions requirements. If you would like more specific information about the program, or if you have questions, please attend an online information session.
Social work is the most desired degree in the social service arena, and the mission of the profession is to enhance the overall well-being of all individuals, especially those who are most at risk. The profession is committed to the pursuit of social justice, which is the equal opportunity for all individuals, and we work at multiple levels. That means at the individual, group, family, community, and macro or larger level. Social work is a profession, and each social worker is trained and qualified to assess people in the environments in which they live. And again, as I previously mentioned, to enhance the overall well-being of individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities, we utilize a large network of resources to help link them to services. In California, it can be a little bit confusing because California does not have title protection, so anybody could call themselves a social worker, and it is frequently a job title, and the person does not have a degree in social work. Most states do have title protection, so it's a little bit confusing when you look for jobs. They'll say social worker, and they would love to hire a social worker and will pay them more, but that is frequently open to people of other degrees. Clinical licensure or licensure in social work is protected by title and is only available to people who are, for example, the licensed clinical social worker license is only available to those who have a master's in social work. Social workers address a variety of different issues that impact individuals, families, groups, and communities. Some of these include the items listed here. These are frequently occurring at the same time, so an individual or family may be dealing with poverty and mental health and addiction and disability and physical illness and discrimination. So they are frequently occurring at the same time. Social workers work in a variety of settings, including those listed here. It's one of the strengths of the degree. Many social workers throughout their career will work in different fields. Some new areas that I have seen social workers being hired. The LA Times ran a story about library social workers, so social workers working with homeless populations and others who utilize library settings. There are also social workers who work with fire departments, police departments, addressing mental health and crisis needs, frequent 911 callers, things like that. Most clinical therapists in the United States are clinical social workers, so most therapists, it's something like between 60 and 70% of all therapists in the United States are social workers, so certainly there are a large presence in mental health as well as child welfare and other settings. While it is likely that every job will be impacted by artificial intelligence, a recent news article showed that social work had 3 of the top 9 job openings that require a graduate degree that are going to be less impacted by AI, including substance use mental health counselors. There's number 1 right there. Educational guidance and career counselors, number 3, and healthcare social workers. As I mentioned, we are an accredited social work program, and social work is a competency-based profession, much like nursing, medicine, physical therapy, where there are expected competencies that students need to demonstrate. These 9 competencies are defined by our accrediting body and are listed here, and under each of these there are several specific practice indicators which students will demonstrate in classroom and internship settings. The MSW program at Cal State San Marcos is accredited by the Council on Social Work Education, CSWE. This is the accrediting body in the United States, which means you're eligible to become licensed in any state with an MSW from our program. Classes are run in a cohort format, meaning we admit students as a group and move them through the program as a group, which means that registration is never really an issue. We know which classes you need
as you move throughout the program, and you will graduate on time as scheduled. We have 3 program options, 1 and 2 year hybrid options, and a 3-year regional online program, which are admitted for each fall. The 3-year regional online program only includes residents of 5 counties in Southern California, including Orange County, Riverside County, San Bernardino County, San Diego County, and Imperial County. You must reside in one of those counties, as that is where your internship placement will occur in year 2 and 3 in the 3-year online program. We are an advanced generalist program, which I'll discuss further, and have emphases in behavioral health, children, youth, families, and school social work that you can get through elective content, and for school social work through a qualifying internship placement.
The California State University MSW program area of concentration or specialization is advanced generalist practice. This builds upon the generalist foundation, which is the first year of the MSW program, and builds upon it from a multi-level and theoretically sound perspective. It embraces diversity and social justice and prepares students for self-aware and autonomous practice through advanced knowledge and skills in assessment and intervention, and these are at multiple levels: individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities; readiness for interdisciplinary collaboration and leadership; social action, knowledge and skills; and integrated research knowledge.
From my perspective, the following are advantages of an MSW at Cal State San Marcos. We're a teaching-focused institution. Quality teaching is our priority. Tenure track and tenured faculty are teachers as well. And we are also involved in research activities, so that may be an opportunity for students as well. As previously mentioned, we operate on a cohort model and have reasonable class sizes. Our students and faculty are diverse and reflective of the local region and the various areas of diversity. Classes promote direct practice skills and emphasize active learning through group discussions, role plays, case scenarios, and demonstrations. We're small enough that you get to know us and we get to know you. We will know your names. Our overall goal is to provide a rigorous and supportive environment where we set a high standard but also support you to meet that standard. As social work is a profession about what you can do, we are not doing students any favors by pushing them through the program if they're not professionally ready and able to demonstrate the requisite knowledge, skills, values, and cognitive processes to be a successful and effective social worker.
I will now discuss the different program options for the MSW program. The 1-year option, also called Advanced Standing, requires a bachelor's in social work from a CSWE accredited university within the past 5 years and a 3.5 GPA or higher. If admitted for Advanced Standing, the student would join the 2nd year of the full-time program. There is additional information about Advanced Standing on our website.
The 2-year hybrid option. Courses are held during the day between 8 and 5 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays, or Tuesdays and Thursdays, depending on which cohort you're placed in. Hybrid means that certain weeks of classes will be held online and others will be held in person. So for example, during a 15-week semester, it could be that odd weeks of courses will be held online, so all courses that week would be online, and then the following week, even weeks would be in person. We let you know what that schedule is every semester. Also, during your studies, yes, internships are a significant portion of MSW programs. In the first year, students will participate in a 16-hour per week internship, and in year 2, it's a 20-hour a week. So a week may typically look like going to classes, say, on Mondays and Wednesdays between 8 and 5, and then going to internships on Tuesdays, Thursdays, or perhaps Fridays, depending on the needs of the agency. And that would be a typical schedule also for their 2nd year. Please note that internships are held during weekdays, typically during business hours when supervisors are present. 3-year online option. Courses are held on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings between 5:30 and 10:15 p.m., typically one night a week on your late nights, starting in year 2 and 3. Courses are online, and students must reside in one of the 5 Southern California counties to qualify for this program, as your internships will be placed in one of those counties. Please see our website for more information. This is a regional online program. Classes will be mostly in synchronous format, meaning you need to be live in front of your computer and the class will be taught live. During the first year, students are not in internships. However, during years 2 and 3, starting in the fall of your second year, students will begin a 16 hours a week internship. And in year 3, it will be 20 hours a week. Please be aware that internships are typically conducted on weekdays during business hours, as that is when clients are present and when your supervisor is also present.
Here is an overview of the classes that you would take during the 2-year program. This is also available on our website. This is an overview of the 3-year options schedule, which is also available on our website.
I would encourage you to explore our website for helpful information. On the front page, we have information about program options and our area of specialization, including generalist and advanced generalist practice. You will also find information about how to contact us, about faculty and staff. Admissions will be a helpful page for you. The initial page has information about an overview of how to apply, information sessions, including where this recording will be found and how you can attend a Zoom live information session. This How to Apply page is updated every year. It'll have the deadline at the top of the page, and then information about all the requirements to apply to the MSW program, including a personal statement, a resume that has 300 hours of social service experience, your undergrad stats course with a C or better, references. You enter their names into the CSU Apply and they're sent a form. We do not accept letters. And then you complete the Cal State Apply process, which I'll talk about briefly. And then it goes into more details for each of these. There'll be a link here that will show the personal statement prompt. It is updated every year. Here's a sample resume if you need information. We do not require that your resume be in this format. This is information about your 3 recommenders. Please be aware that friends, colleagues, and coworkers are not considered. We need someone who has supervised your work as a professor in a class or as a supervisor in a volunteer or employment setting. Here are the applications to Cal State Apply. Please utilize them. It's not intuitive, and this will be your friend. Request transcripts from each college, university, community college that you have attended. And make sure that we have received them before the deadline indicated at the top of the page. If you're an alumni, we have your transcripts on record for 1 year after you have graduated. If it has been longer than that, you need to send them in as they have been archived. And then how to apply for the Title IV-E Child Welfare Program. You can also find information about program options, frequently asked questions, financial aid supports that we offer, which are referred to a little bit later on, that are covered here, financial aid resources, stipend programs that we offer, scholarships, pay it forward loan program, and then some information about field education program and PPS credential if you're interested in working in a school social work setting.
Admissions requirements to the MSW program include a bachelor's degree from a regionally accredited college or university which is conferred prior to starting MSW classes in fall semester, a cumulative GPA of 3.0 or higher, and must be higher than a 2.5 to be considered for admission. The completion of an undergraduate course in statistics with a grade of C or better. Please note that research classes are not statistics classes. A resume that includes 500 hours of experience as a volunteer or employee in a social service setting. Please indicate clearly these hours on your resume with the name and email address of all supervisors of these hours. A social service setting is an agency or organization that provides services to enhance human well-being.
Continuing with the admissions requirements, you will need to submit a personal statement of a maximum of 2 pages responding to the questions in the personal statement prompt, which is found on the How to Apply webpage. Please respond to these prompts in a narrative format and not in a question and answer format. Please utilize the headings indicated in the personal statement outline. You will need email addresses for 3 recommenders, 2 professional and 1 academic, or 2 academic and 1 professional, that you will enter their email addresses into the CSU Apply system, which will send them a reference form to complete. If you're unable to get an academic reference, please see the last section in the personal statement about how to address this situation. We will need your official transcripts from each college and university that you attended. If you have graduated CSUSM within the past year, we will have these transcripts. In the CSU Apply application, you will attach the personal statement, resume, enter the email addresses of your 3 recommenders, and then complete the rest of the required and requested information. All required materials must be received prior to the application deadline.
There is a web resource to help you determine whether the stats class you took at a California university will count as a prerequisite for our program. It's assist.org. If you attended a university outside of California and are unsure, you can contact us to determine that.
The MSW program is both stateside, meaning qualifies for state rate tuition, and also extended learning, which is a self-support option. The MSW 1 and 2 year program options are state supported, meaning they receive state funds to discount the tuition rate and are at the standard graduate rates. Our extended learning program is our 3-year online option, which means that the program did not receive state funds to support it and must charge a higher tuition rate to cover costs. So that is what extended learning, extended education, or self-support may mean. It's quite common across MSW programs to see this, so please be aware as you're applying about what the tuition rate may be for the option that you are interested in. Future slides will discuss more specifics about the costs.
The cost for the 1 and 2 year program options stateside is approximately $5,000 per semester, including tuition and fees. You can see at this link regarding the specific breakdown of these costs. Advanced standing will go to 2 semesters of classes, so approximately $10,000 in tuition and fees. And the 2-year program is 4 semesters of classes, which is approximately $20,000 in tuition and fees. The cost for the 3-year regional online program is shown on the slide and includes the total cost listed includes all tuition and mandatory fees each semester. This is competitive with other self-support MSW program options in the state and less expensive than other private university costs. This is the same rate for all state residents or non-residents. However, you must reside in the same 5-county region to qualify for this program.
Here's some financial aid and scholarship information. At the graduate level, however, most financial aid is through loans, so please be aware of how much loans you're taking out at what interest rate you are charged. We have created a departmental financial aid resource page on our program webpage, so I'd encourage you to look there. We received a grant to provide scholarships to current MSW students from the state of California called the Social Work Education Capacity Expansion Grant. We have it until 2029, and it will support the tuition and fee costs of around 20 MSW students. We've also partnered with the County of San Diego and other partners to provide the San Diego Pay It Forward loan program, which provides 0% interest loans to current students.
The Title IV Child Welfare Stipend Program provides specialized training for students who are committed and interested in working in public child welfare in the state of California. We have approximately 25 total student slots available. Participants in the 2-year full-time program would receive an annual stipend of $25,000 for up to 2 years. And for the 3-year program, it would cover tuition and fees throughout the program. Upon graduating with their MSW degree, students work in a county child welfare agency for the period of time in which they received financial support as a paid employee. We hope that they also make it longer than that and make it their career. Interested students must apply. Please see our webpage regarding timelines and information about the program. We have received 2 other grants that are workforce training grants. The first one is Adult Protective Services that provides a 1-year stipend in a qualifying aging or APS placement and thus a 1-year work commitment post-degree. It can be for foundation or advanced years and can be reapplied for. You would have a 1-year commitment for each year that you receive the stipend. The Public Behavioral Health Stipend also is at a 1 year at a time. It can be received for more than 1 year, but it is typically only provided to students in the final year of the program. And again, both of these stipend training programs depend on the student's qualifying internship placement. A completed application consists of us receiving all of your official transcripts, completing a statistics prerequisite course with a grade of C or better, a conferred bachelor's degree before you begin the MSW program, a minimum 3.0 cumulative GPA, 3 letters of recommendation. This is where you'll enter the 3 email addresses into the CSU Apply system, and the system will send them a recommendation form. The personal statement addressing all prompts as indicated in the personal statement outline. A resume specifying 300 hours of social service experience with contact information of your supervisors, and this is all entered into or attached to your CSU Apply application. Please use our CSU Apply guide found on our How to Apply webpage.
Very briefly, I wanted to discuss social work licensure. The MSW is the degree, and the licensed clinical social work, LCSW, is the licensure available in the state of California. There are many MSW graduates who do not become licensed and work in fields that do not require licensure. It is available to our graduates, and here is some information about it. MSW is required to qualify for a LCSW license, and the student must pass 2 exams and complete the requisite supervision and practice hours. All of this is post-degree. I always encourage potential MSW applicants to look online to try to find their dream job. So whether that's monster.com or indeed.com, try to find your dream job. Look at the minimum required qualifications as well as the preferred qualifications. If you meet the preferred qualifications, that job will typically pay that individual more money. This slide provides an overview of the area of practice of social work, the increase in jobs available for social workers, and the higher salary for social workers. Again, it's challenging to look by social work, that includes many things because there's a lack of title protection, but if we look by licensure, that really narrows things down and gives you an idea about what that may look like. Thank you for viewing this information session. If you have additional questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. I wish you all the best in your future academic pursuits.